Trump says public education taken over by pink-haired communists. Plans to give power back to parents. Former President Trump on Friday released a video blasting public education for being taken over by radical left maniacs and vowed to give power back to the parents. Here is my plan to restore power to American parents. First, we will cut federal funding for any school or program pushing critical race theory, gender ideology, or other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content onto our children. Trump said in the video, "We're not going to allow it to happen." Trump added that he will direct the Departments of Justice and Education to open civil rights investigations into any school district that has engaged in race-based discrimination. That includes discrimination against Asian Americans, he said. The Marxism being preached in our schools is also totally hostile to Judeo-Christian teachings, and in many ways it's resembling an established new religion. We can't let that happen. For this reason, my administration will aggressively pursue intentional violations to the Establishment Clause and the Free Exercise Clause of the Constitution. Further details on Trump's plan warn that the major problem is that we have pink-haired communists teaching our kids. The plan included aggressively pursuing potential violations of freedom of religion and implement preferential funding to states and school districts that adopt a parental bill of rights, cut bloated number of school administrators, and abolish teacher tenure for grades kindergarten through 12. The plan also added that school districts and states would get preferential funding if they complete curriculum transparency and school choice. Trump's comments came after he announced his 2024 presidential run shortly after the 2022 midterm elections. Two people involved in search for Trump's classified documents testified before grand jury. Report two people who were hired to comb through former President Donald Trump's properties last year for classified files reportedly testified before a federal grand jury. Both people reportedly gave roughly 3 hours of testimony before the panel investigating Trump's handling of the sensitive records, according to CNN. The two people were hired to scour Trump's Bedminster, New Jersey, golf resort, Trump Tower in New York, an office in Florida, and a storage unit in Florida. Late last year, attorneys for Trump handed over at least 2 new items with classification markings that had been flagged during an independent search. Those files were reportedly unearthed by the two people who testified before the panel. Their search came after the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago and confiscated scores of documents with classified markings from the property. The Justice Department has reportedly been investigating obstruction of justice and violations of the Espionage Act in connection with the search of Mar-a-Lago. The inquiry is being led by Special Counsel Jack Smith, who was appointed to the post last year. Smith has used the grand jury to investigate key witnesses in the Mar-a-Lago debacle. Trump has denied wrongdoing, insisting he declassified the material, and that a president can do so even by thinking about it. Prior to the August 8 search, Trump had been subject to a May 2022 subpoena for any outstanding material with classified markings. His lawyers responded at least 3 times in writing that thorough searches for outstanding documents had been conducted. Per CNN, Smith's team has been eager to examine the laptop files of a staffer connected to the Mar-a-Lago investigation. Sources told CNN, the goal is to uncover whether there is an electronic trail around the classified material and how. The documents were stored at Trump's Palm Beach, Florida, estate. Earlier this year, revelations emerged that classified documents from President Joe Biden's days as vice president were uncovered at a think tank and in his Wilmington, Delaware residence, triggering a Justice Department review helmed by Special Counsel Robert Hur. It also emerged that classified documents were discovered at former Vice President Mike Pence's Indiana residence. These revelations have sparked scrutiny from Congress. The Senate Intelligence Committee has been demanding the Office of the Director of National Intelligence give them access to specific details of the materials seized. House Oversight and Accountability Committee Chairman James Comer, Art Kai, and House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, RO, have also initiated investigations into Biden's classified documents.